Oh, hey there, Delco. We have another great episode of Delco live for you tonight. This one's for the niche audience, for all you musicians out there, people trying to get into music, people who have kids that, are getting into music. Maybe you've got some equipment that needs to be repaired. This is an entity that does it all. They are true Delconians that just stepped it up. Small business trying to make it out there, giving a lot of answers to problems that we've all been dealing with. We'd like to welcome Bill and Simone from the Delco Music Co. You can find them on all the social medias. They have one of the greatest websites I've ever seen. And like I was saying to Bill before the show, there's a write-up on the website where I challenge you to go read it right now and not want to run through a brick wall with Delco pride after reading it. So, welcome.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having us.
Yes. So, which one of you started Delco Music Co?
That'd be me.
What year?
It would be about December of 2020. So.
And the pandemic.
Yep. Yeah, end of the pandemic. Just had a lot more free time. Had some goals, and I was actually working at George's Music for a while.
Okay.
So the one in Springfield mostly. So I got a lot of the skills pretty much that I learned for the business all from there. And after leaving there, actually in the end of October, I just decided to start that up in December.
Okay. Did you during the first few months of the pandemic, March, April into October when you left, did you see a surplus of people, how everyone's going out there trying to make sourdough bread or pick up a hobby? Did you see a surplus of people trying to get into playing an instrument?
For sure, yeah. There's always, with all that free time, so many people got extra hobbies. I myself got into skateboarding during that time.
Okay.
At 27 doing that. But, yeah, for sure. There was a lot of people who, started playing instruments who hit me up about, the first instrument, getting it set up, that kind of thing. So I did hear about that a lot.
That's awesome. And so you left George's, you started doing that. Was George's open during the pandemic?
Yeah, so we did close down just like everybody else during like the first, 3 weeks or something like that. And then after that, we were doing some weird thing where we'd have to like bring all of the stuff from the store over to the parking lot of BJ's to like hand deliver it to people, just because we weren't supposed to be open. So we kind of
we're going across the street.
Right,
Found yourself a loophole, huh?
Yeah. So you brought it over to BJ's? Oh, because BJ's could be open because it's technically a wholesaler or whatever.
We meet people in the parking lot of BJ's because like we couldn't do it
Drug
on premises.
I met a few people in the parking lot of BJ's, but it wasn't for musical instruments.
The Stratocaster right here. $250 mine.
Yeah, it was funny. There was actually a cop who I knew who actually one time I was like delivering some stuff to him, and he was like, "This feels really like illegal and like shady and stuff." But he's like, "I'm not gonna tell anybody." It was pretty funny.
Clearly musical equipment, man. Back off.
Yeah.
So were you just a salesperson, or were you doing teaching over at George's as well?
So I was a associate for about 3 years, and then I became a manager for the last 2 years I was there. I was there almost exactly 5 years to the day.
Oh, wow.
And then, so they actually asked me if I wanted to be a teacher, because during my last year there, I just, it was too many hours, so I decided to kind of step back and start teaching just to kind of, make some more on the side. So doing that, they asked me if I wanted to teach and then also manage, but I decided that would just be also too much.
Yeah, that's strange, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. So,
what we call that at my job is we call that modes. You're in teacher mode or you're in manager mode.
Yeah.
And it's tough to switch between the two, and you can't do it on the same day certain times.
Yeah,
that is weird.
Yeah, they wanted to flip back. So actually, they said I was like the second person they ever only asked to like do that too.
Oh.
So it was kind of, it was like just a little bit of an honor. But
and you said, you know what, I quit.
Pretty much, yeah. So they did exactly like that.
I'm honored. I'm out of here.
Exactly. So I left to become a teacher and do repair stuff full time on my own, and great decision.
When did you get into playing music?
So let's see. I got my first like drumsticks and drum pad when I was like 7 or 8 years old. That's at private lessons. First drum set when I was 10. First guitar when I was 12. Always had a piano, so I've kind of always been into music.
And so you know the whole forte. And you are from, where are you from in Delco?
Drexel
Hill.
Born and raised, lived there for pretty much my whole life.
Did you go to Upper Darby?
Yep.
Good for you. Who are you, Simone? When did you get into playing the instruments?
Probably like first grade. My mom's a music teacher.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. So like, it could have been, ooh, you're really gonna love this, or oh, you're gonna hate it because she wants you to be like her.
Yeah.
It was kind of the second one.
I hate everything about music.
I'm revolting until I do it.
Yeah, it was really like Like, it was heavy in the music in the beginning. She started me on saxophone.
Oh, wow.
But then when it came to, like, her Pride and Joy piano, that's when, like, I couldn't handle it. She's like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And I was like,
oh, really?
Was she like smacking your hand with a ruler when you're hitting the wrong keys?
She was smacking my hand with a ruler. She smacked me with emotion. Like, that's how it happened.
It's cerebral.
Are you from Delco as well?
Oh, no. I'm an imposter.
I'm an imposter.
Yeah, I'm from Harrisburg originally.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to Westchester University, so that's like, I started like inching my way out here.
Yeah.
I was there for a
She's
while.
like slowly making her way out. I've heard of this Delco.
What was your go-to bar at Westchester?
Jake's.
Yeah, fucking A.
Jake's.
To this day, I love Jake's. I moved recently right to the border of Westchester, and like every time it's like middle of the day, I'm like, I do have $8. I could go buy 16 beers from Jake's
So,
right now.
wait a minute. So, how long have you been in Delco for now?
This is literally just my first year. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, then somebody needs to get sworn in, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, every Delco Day, June 10th-ish, we do a big all-day fundraiser for this whole charity, and we swear in non-native Delconians and give you a little Delco flag and your oath.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, this
Fun.
is much better than Harrisburg, this area, honestly.
I have to imagine. I've been to Harrisburg
don't
sometimes.
want
It's not like
to
a little.
trash where you're from, but
It's
like
okay.
Harrisburg and Hershey are like two of my absolutely most hated places in the state.
That is so funny. Wait, I need to know why, though, specifically. There's so many reasons why I could be.
So Hershey,
I only know Hershey Park. I've never been in Hershey
I've never been-
itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Hershey proper.
Hershey's rough because it's. I will give it the benefit of the doubt that every time I go there, it's because I'm, in my 30s,
Chocolate.
at a party or something. And I know that city is built for, families and kids and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating where you can't find a bar open past 9 o'clock. Or
Oh, it's about his alcoholism at this point. It really gets in the way of that.
Well, like going out to the concerts where they go like full, like freaking, what were the Pilgrims called?
Pilgrims?
Like full Quaker.
Protestants?
No, they go like full Quaker on you and all
Oh,
that stuff.
okay.
Like if you ever got like either the Giant Stadium, like Giant Arena, or the one across the street, they stop serving alcohol when the main event comes on, and you can only buy one at a time beforehand anyway. So it's like, why'd I come out here? Like,
I gotta remember this. We're gonna have problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They were always just Hershey always irked me, and then Harrisburg's like right there. I don't
What
know.
about Harrisburg?
The only times I've ever gone there is for like government tests and all that stuff.
Yeah, I only go there because I have to get tested or because there's something I did wrong.
Exactly.
That's the only reason I ever go. So I guess I've never had like a good outside driving through to maybe go to like vacation.
Now that we've done the deep dive into my psyche, maybe my dislike of those two towns is actually based on my own flaws.
Yeah. Holbrook, you're the Harrisburg of people. Yeah.
But maybe because we grew up in Delco and then like Philly's right there and all was just like, why is this place closing down so early? Why doesn't it have this? Why doesn't it have
Are we
that?
just naturally bred not to like anything outside of our own area?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it is? I mean,
Kind of. Dude, we also
he's saying yes. I'm going with
this
this.
area is actually just because I go to like music festivals and all that shit, and run into people from like all over the U.S. Even like when we go to Headstrong and meet
Mhm.
people from all over like the U.S. It's not like you're on TV and they're like, oh, from Las Vegas, something this. It's like there's actually like super rural places that we're blessed out here, man. Like there is something to do always within 25 minutes out here.
It's very. I always say that about Delco. It's like, if you're a city person, you're minutes away from the best parts of the city that you want to be. If you want to go down the shore, you're depending on what shore point it is, usually within a couple hours. Get to Baltimore, you can be there in about an hour and a half. If you drive like me, 2 hours for the normal speed limit. To get to New York, you're not that much further if you want to go to that cesspool.
Yeah, we're blessed geographically.
Yeah, like it really does work out that way.
I remember I went to one music festival, even in fucking Dover, and just walking in with someone from like rural Indiana, and they're like, "You ever seen this band before?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've seen like 3 or 4 times." Like, how many concerts you been to? I'm like, I don't know, like a couple hundred. And they're like, "What? We had like Cage the Elephant came by 9 hours from us once. That was the best and only show we've ever seen." I'm like, "Ooh."
Wow.
I never really realized how blessed we are, man. We have an ocean right there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Like 2 hours from the mountains, from the
Yeah.
perfect.
I always said you're always 2 hours for something to do.
Yeah, that's probably what I love the most about being out here. Because, like, in Harrisburg, it's only fun if you're, like, I don't know, 12? Because, like,
Yeah.
you got the bowling alley. Ew.
Oh, okay.
You got
Now they get older, you only just do drugs behind the bowling alley.
Yeah, what is? I mean, in the truest sense possible, like I know that Harrisburg has probably X amount of like government employees that are out there for a couple of years or whatever, but like, what is the grown-up life like in Harrisburg?
It is like, I mean, honestly, I didn't start getting into like my grown-up life until Westchester.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know all the little bars there and all the side streets, but then back in Harrisburg, it's like, I don't know. Because, like, you know, I was just in high school there, and then I was...
It's like that scene from Wayne's World, we're in Harrisburg. Like, I don't know what, like, you know, what do you do with that? Like, there's nothing to do about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's there. That should be their slogan. Harrisburg, we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Delco. I can tell you like what the traditional like Delco family ends up becoming. I can tell you like what the traditional Montgo family ends up becoming. Berks County even, but I'm like Dauphin County. I'm like, what is like the life cycle of a Dauphin County? And like,
I think it's like the Hills Have Eyes type life cycle.
No, it's because it's not super Pennsylvania yet.
Yeah, but it's like right there. Like if you cross the street into that forest, you're not coming back.
Yeah, but the nether region between like Westchester, Morgantown, and there is also like that. But then Harrisburg is like its own thing.
Yeah.
Anytime it's funny because growing up, like both my parents worked for the state, and they would go on like I had to go like for the weekend to learn or get some sort of training or something like that. And I always thought as a kid like my parents were getting a divorce. And then going to Harrisburg was like when your dog went to a farm to live on or something. Even though my parents there was no divorce. Like I just put this in my mind because I was a strange child, which turned into a strange adult.
That's one thing I do like about the pandemic is a lot of jobs you did have to go get your certificates that you needed from the state physically out in Harrisburg, and now they start saying like you can get them locally or in the mail.
Yeah.
So save me a couple hours. So sorry to just poo-poo on where you're from.
Yeah. But as a new Delconian, what do you love and what do you hate? You have to answer the question.
Okay.
What do you say? Oh, I love that Delco has this or does this or whatever, but what else I just can't stand?
Okay, so the thing that I can't stand and was not ready for is the traffic.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And especially like I know where you guys are now.
Nasty traffic too. But,
It's nothing like
I know, you're right. You're right. I'm just saying.
Just moving to the west of the county and seeing how bad, like the last 2 years specifically, it's gotten a million times worse out here.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. And it's funny because like
You're not wrong.
That
is the worst thing.
That 8 weeks before Christmas, it's like 20 times worse. The 8 weeks before Christmas is horrible. It's like all of a sudden there's more cars on the road and everybody drives slower. How does this work out? What happened?
The pandemic was the driving.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Oh, I just speed all over the place.
So what's the thing you're enjoying the most about Delco?
Probably the location, because like even if like I don't fully know the area, so I might not know like what's going on down the street for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
Probably better off.
I'm 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
I'm an hour from here, and I'm like, there's like so many things.
Was one shock to you something that I've had the reverse shock of moving from like here to the edge of like Westchester, that people say how far away is it, and in Delco we say time, and then I assume Harrisburg and also Westchester they say miles.
Oh.
People be like, that's 10 miles away, and I'm like, is that close?
I'm sorry,
Like,
yeah.
Everything I know is like...
Yeah, 10 miles of rural
10 minutes away.
driving versus this driving is two different things.
Because out here, miles kind of doesn't mean anything. Like, if you go on, like, you know, a DoorDash app or, like, a Tinder app, and you'll be like, oh, search area 25 miles, you are going all the way into, like, Camden. You're going into Wilmington.
Yeah.
You're going into, like, Bucks County. But, like, out when you get a little bit more west, 25 miles is, like, that might be the next general store. Like, and it was crazy. Even moved to Edgemont where people talk by miles instead of minutes.
That's crazy. Yeah, I do minutes pretty much all the time, I think.
Okay.
And like it was such a rude awakening for me when like the first time I typed in like the address of a new student, I'm like, oh great, they're only 5 miles away.
And 25 minutes later.
25 minutes.
That's why we use time. Like, it's really the reason because, and my office is 4.5 miles away from here, probably 5 miles tops. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it can, at certain times, can take me 15 minutes to get here, and other times 30 minutes to get here. So
that's like evil.
Yeah. So that's why when people ask me, I'm like, well, let's see what time of year, it's Christmas time. No, it's going to be about 45 minutes for you on that one, pal. You know, you have to go by that time.
And I'm not sure when you left Dauphin County to come out to, I mean, I can tell you Westchester's even bad with it, but Delco's great with it, is if you go on, you know, DoorDash, Uber Eats, or whatever, the amount of options you have, especially late night. Like, that's one thing I cherish. It could be 4:45 in the morning in Upper Darby.
You can tell we charge that a lot.
I need food. They're like, here's 9,000 options. I could be there in 20 minutes. Like, yes. Even in Westchester.
I'll take all 8,000 of those 9,000.
It's like, I want food. They're like, die. There's no food. Starve and die.
Yeah.
When I was in Lancaster, it was like no service available. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Well, speaking of great food, you can go to Dolan's Bar, 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park in the 19078. PJ has great food there, great drinks, great time. Great tan.
Great tan.
DolansBar.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You never know what's going to happen there, but I always will promise you it will be a great time at Dolan's Bar. Tell PJ that Delco Live sent you.
His eyebrows are tan.
And if you get yourself in some trouble, or you get hurt at work in a car accident with this crazy traffic or personal injury, the man with the plan is David R. Cherry. That's right, Dave Cherry at 610-565-0300. Or simply go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Like I said, workers' comp, motor vehicle, personal injury, or just being a typical Delco scumbag, call them at 610-565-0300. And speaking of snacking...
His office is only 16 minutes away.
Yeah. And speaking of snacking, Fat Cow Jerky! That's right, utterly perfect jerky. Jalapeno garlic, honey habanero, so many flavors. Pickle's my favorite. FatCowJerky.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They have even treats for your favorite four-legged friends. Go to FatCowJerky.com.
All right, so Simone, we got completely off topic and literally talked about
ourselves. We have adult ADD.
I hate ourselves.
Yeah.
What did you go to Westchester for?
I went there for music ed for 3 semesters, and then I was like, wait, I'm not my mom. So then I switched. I'm to graphic design.
Wait, did they really let you switch between those two?
Yeah, but
she the kind of made it happen.
They were like, you can do it.
But
I'm not going to tell you it's like literally starting over, so you're going to have to actually be in college for 6 years. And then
hello, Dr. Simone.
Because, I mean, I can only speak to, I don't think it's going to come back to me again, but I can only speak to, like, I went to Temple, and, like, to be in a graphic design program, you had to, you know, put your portfolio in a year ahead of time. But they were like, they let you switch from music to graphic design?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, luckily, like, I was a super obsessed art kid, like, in high school, so I already had kind of, like, a pretty crude portfolio.
Okay.
It was like, hey, I drew this thing on Facebook 5 years ago. Is it good? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah. And see, their old-time officers were our teachers. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody you like that? Yeah. And Bill, did you go to Westchester as well?
Yes.
Is that where you guys met?
Yep.
In the music program?
Well, we met in Math Fest, but we did both take music at the time.
Oh.
He was cheating off of her.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, we had a couple classes together, I think, right? But it was Shiv Gupta. That was our teacher together. That's how we met. He was a riot. He was something else.
Shiv Gupta? Shiv. Good old Shiv. Sounds like Holbrook's cellmate.
I worked in a shop right when I was in Westchester, and he would come in. I would see him occasionally, and he would have his wife push the cart, and he would walk like 30 feet in front of her with his like arms behind his back. Like, it was so weird.
Like he was casing the joint. Where do they keep the refried beans?
I want this right to feel uncomfortable.
I'm inserting myself in front of the bread.
So you guys met at Westchester. A true love story. Did you guys ever go to Jake's together?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you
I was at Jake's like only once or twice. I'm not a big drinker myself.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, neither is Holbrook.
Yeah. Pause for laughter. So you guys were dating before you made the jump to start the business?
Let's see. No, so I started my business. Well, actually, what was the timeline now? Well,
She's sitting on you don't know.
Okay.
But then we kind of went out of contact for about 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And then got back in contact, and then
10-year gap?
Yeah, so 3 years ago we started dating. And,
shit.
I thought my 2-year gap with my wife was bad, but you guys, nice.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, we
stuff?
were just like friends back in college, but then I kind of started talking a couple of years ago, I guess during the pandemic and everything.
And you
And she's like, I could do worse, I guess.
In the Delco Chesco area.
Could be Harrisburg.
Yeah, right.
Did you stick in the area too?
Wait, what?
So during the 10-year gap?
Oh, through the 10-year gap. So
Did you go back to Dauphin County?
I was in Westchester for maybe like 5 years total.
Well, she was 10 years finishing up her degree.
But then all my roommates, they were like getting married one by one and moving out. And I was like, I can't afford this place.
Yeah.
So then I went back to Harrisburg. And then Bill got me my job. And was like, hey, you got an interview in 2 weeks. Come out here. And I'm like, shit, okay. And then I moved out here.
Yeah.
That's
True love story.
I love it. I love it. So so it was during that gap that you had jumped ship from George's and said, I'm going to be a small business owner in Delaware County.
Yep, you got it.
Did you quit George's like aggressively to like I can do this better?
All right, so I'll be honest. I actually technically got fired from George's.
It happens.
But it's because I cursed out my manager.
Good.
So it was
Usually they nail it often.
It was a typical Delco exit, you know. You got it sometimes. But no, it was
F
just
you, you're cool. F you, I'm out.
Yeah, it was just there was a lot of backstory behind that, but more or less, I was just kind of over that place and over the 50 hours a week there.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
Just so many years of there. Just
Was the salary and doing 50 hours too?
It was awful, the salary.
So yeah, you're just losing 10 hours of your life for free basically.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was we get discounts on the gear, but that was about the only part.
But how much more gear do you need? And you know how to fix all this shit.
After 5 years, it's like I got everything I needed, so it's about to jump ship.
5 years is like the average, like that's like the jumping point where it's either you're staying there for life or you're out.
Yep.
For any job.
Definitely. Yeah. After about pretty much 4 years, I was ready, but it's up the extra.
Because that's when you start getting like the little things start irking you.
Yep.
And you just like the inside politics. You're like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Okay, so you jump ship and we're just like, I want to shove this down George's goddamn throat.
Pretty much so. I start
do
taking
this
their business. No, I do love everything that I love.
Something about gasoline, I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll figure this out.
Because I mean, it's funny. I did find out.
By the way, hold on real quick. This next segment is brought to you by George's Music Co.
When I actually found you, if anyone's watching this for the first time, I'm not a musician. I also play guitar sometimes on the side. I found you because you offer services that normally George's just charges a ridiculous flat fee for. I'm just like, that's not how much that shit costs. And you charge significantly better, smarter, pro rata to the actual services. It makes sense. And you can do it right on the spot, whereas I don't know if George still did it. When I started really using them back in like 2001, 2002, no matter what, they had to send it to fucking Florida for some reason.
Yeah, there's always some.
And the turnaround time was like 8 weeks.
What, does your guitar need rehab?
Right.
Like, it would make sense with your guitar, Holbrook. I'm just saying, like, but yeah, everything goes to
I
Florida.
was absolutely done drugs all day. Like, in the back.
It comes back to the new finish and everything.
Yeah.
Stay in school, kids.
So you went rogue, and do you have like an LLC, or is it still in those original phases?
Let's see. So it's just a sole proprietorship.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, it's still pretty much just like I do have like a codes, all that kind of stuff for the business. But
Sure.
It's pretty much just the it's basic as you can make it.
And what are the services? What is the main things that Delco Music Co provides?
Yeah. So we do mostly instrument repair and music lessons. But for the instrument repair, it's more so like wood-based things, electronics. We can resolder guitars, change your pickups, all that kind of stuff out. Full setups, the whole deal. So most things for standard instruments, but as far as like horns and things like that go, we haven't really gotten into too much of that yet. So just metal work we're not as good with. But
Gotcha.
Electronic and wood, we take care of it for you.
That's spectacular. And you do lessons as well, right?
Yes. So
And Simone, you help with the lessons, or you do the lessons as well, right?
It's the only thing I can contribute.
Well, that and the logo. Get the logo.
All the graphic design, all the,
Design out on me.
And that's one of the hardest parts. I feel like it's the most undersung part of any business is good graphic design.
Yeah.
Because people who don't do graphic design just assume it's very easy to do.
Yeah.
Like, I need a logo. Can you just throw it together?
Because they have Canva. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you $5.
I
That's
absolutely
not how it
love
works
Canva
for
certain things we use it for.
Yeah,
but
quick
people
stuff.
who think that like There's nothing more annoying than when like someone puts a special up and I'm like, I know that's fucking campus. I know that template.
I've seen that neon glow and then it's font.
And then I start jumping, I'm like, you didn't even fucking center. You didn't even use the position fucking logo thing.
Yes.
You know, what's the chat or the AI and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
ChatGPT and Midjourney.
Mm-hmm.
Canva has its own AI program for pictures.
Yeah, it got crazy.
Yeah, I've lost hours of my life.
Yeah, you can get lost in it. Yeah.
It's pretty good. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what lessons do you offer? Like what instruments, I guess I should say.
Yeah. So I teach voice, saxophone, and piano.
Okay.
And that's what I do. And then Bill does.
Oh yeah, I do drums, guitar, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a better pianist?
I would say Simone.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely better now.
Don't hold back, Simone. Tell us how you really feel.
I think my theory is a little bit better, so I can kind of hack some stuff a bit better.
Gotcha.
She definitely can, sight read some stuff on the fly a little bit better.
It's going to be an awkward ride home.
So what do you
well, the nice relationship you guys have,
So I assume the whole concept, I mean, especially because you chose the name Delco, you want to keep it remotely local so you can focus on it and get, more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
With how did you get your first clients?
Pretty much just making the website, and then just I got a couple cold calls and just went out and helped out a couple people. First guy's name was David, and it was a violin repair. I still remember that just because it was first random.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know how to repair a violin?
Yeah, I can restring them, set them up, make sure the bridge is in the right place, right heights, and everything there too.
What about the first students you got?
First students, yeah, same thing. Getting just the cold calls is pretty awesome. Of it's the first time. So
you saw my website. I built that myself. Thank you very much.
The website's spectacular.
It is.
Thank you. I actually taught this the first student who hit me up tonight. His name is Lincoln. He's still only 7 years old, so he was pretty young when I first started.
Holy shit, yeah.
But
do you see like a resurgent because Holbrook kind of brought up during the pandemic especially, people are trying to pick up hobbies that they can do on their own or learn. I'm going to go on YouTube and learn how to play the guitar. No, you're not. But do you see a steady flow of people, especially young kids, kind of coming back into playing an instrument again?
I would definitely say so, yeah. Especially piano is always the most kind of prominent one, it seems.
Really?
Like,
A lot of little kids.
Would have never thought that.
Yeah.
It's because it's so universal. They teach the theory, the rhetoric, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a good basis to learn before you actually get into music.
Definitely gives you really good visual representation
Yeah.
too. I always think about piano whenever I'm using theory for guitar or anything else as
Right.
well. So definitely very useful to have. But piano, yeah, it's funny. It's just I guess maybe because of the space too. It's just easy to have a little keyboard in your house versus full drum set. And
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard.
Dad's up there. God, we buy those drums.
Yeah.
I've said that. That's actually something I said before. So I could what is the one that you don't want to? Not that you don't want to do. The one that's hardest for you to get for people to grasp. The hardest instrument. Do you think people to grasp? Just to really bang it in their head.
Saxophone, right?
Yeah, I think part of it depends on the age.
Okay.
Right.
So I think certain ages have different weaknesses, I suppose.
Is it because you can teach really beginner stuff to children, but if it's a 35-year-old man, it's almost like you're talking down to them.
Yeah,
Here's hot cross bun.
You blow into it.
Yeah.
Depends on the mechanics of their fingers too, because a little kid won't really be able to play the guitar that well, so usually I'll start them on piano or on drums or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you ever had to say, "This isn't for you, buddy"?
No,
I mean, it's happened to me. That's why I'm asking. Have you ever had to tell anybody else that? Because I want to feel like I'm not the only guy who had to tell that.
Anybody's teach. Well, I can go teach any of you guys.
Listen,
For that one
It's
shit.
just not that.
except for Al.
Just a little
Still
Nathan.
practice, so that's the main thing. But
Yeah.
it just comes down to that. Just how much they put in.
How about because you say you do voice training? Have you ever told this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I've been pretty lucky with my voice students.
People have all right, at least I know I have some sort of skill, but I need to hone it.
Well, what I mean by lucky is not necessarily that they're all Mariah Carey's or anything.
Right.
It just means that they're able to match a note.
They can carry a tune, kind of.
Yeah, because it is crazy how I could play a note on the piano, or just sing it and I'll be match that note, and they're and I'm that is not the same note at all. It's on a different planet.
All my notes sound the same.
Yeah, so that's amazing. I think just always being able to do like the same note, even if it's just like one or two notes.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a little surprising to me, because I kind of just thought everybody could do it.
No, I can't.
No.
Like, listen, like, I would, I can't. Like,
Oh, for the record, Simone has perfect pitch, by the way.
Yeah.
oh.
So-
Well, la-di-da, Simone, like.
Like 3% of musicians have it or something. So yeah, she's just yeah. That's why she thinks everybody else does.
But I didn't mean like in a perfect pitch sense.
No, I know.
You know. Just
Do you think you have it naturally, or because you grew up like literally in a household with a music teacher?
I think maybe
Like a hybrid,
like I think
nurture and
it,
nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the main reason is because I also played string instruments. I mean, just the cello when I was
Yeah.
younger, and like you have to be able to
Find exactly where the note is.
Yeah, you have to tune the strings. Every time you start, you're tuning each string. So I think like those exact notes kind of got like ingrained in my brain. So it's like I always know what C sounds like. I always know what G sounds like.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just like grew from there, I guess. So I don't know.
My-
I wonder if like I wouldn't have it if I never played.
My son wanted to learn how to play an instrument. He goes to Wester Park here in Clifton, and I got an email from the teacher. We will be sending the cello home with your son so he can practice. And I sent back, WTF? Like I was like, I don't remember signing up for this. Like the cello is going to be 5 times the size of this kid. Why are we sending this thing home? He said he wanted to learn it. He goes, I said he also wants to be a Ghostbuster. So, can we like be realistic here, people? I mean, have you met this kid? He's like his father. He can't carry a tune or do it.
I'm so proud you've shit on your kid's strings out.
Listen, my son has a new dream every other day, so I can shit on 1 or 2 of them.
School district being riddled for not caring about the students. They really cared one time, and you said no. Don't try for my son.
No. Is there anything else he can do? Please tell me he can do that.
It's a little smaller.
Yeah. Can we? What was it? The recorder. Can we start with the recorder? There's high cross buns. Huh?
The recorder's more annoying. Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst.
Put it in your pocket.
Because even like a bad cello note is like kind of like soothing. It could sound like a soundtrack to like some sort of avant-garde movie.
My 14-year-old thought he was musically inclined. He was wrong. And he thought he could play the recorder like great. And
at 14.
No, well, he would probably been about 8 or 9, 10 years old at the time. And I told my wife to throw it out. Throw it out. We don't need it anymore. He's done with it. Just get rid of it. Give it to somebody. Do whatever you want. Donate it. I don't care. Get it out of my house. So my wife thought it was a good idea to just hide it. And 14-year-old forgot about it, grew out of it, didn't care about it, moved on. My now 8-year-old, I guess he was 6 or 7 at the time, found it. And I'm downstairs. And I'm watching something upstairs. And I'm upstairs watching something. He's downstairs, and then I hear it, and I just like cringe and like I'm like, oh! I said that has poison on it. Give it to me. Like I threw it out the door. Like I just threw it out. I didn't even open up my back door. Just right out. See you later. I don't even know where it landed.
You have to protect the family.
Yeah. Like listen, it's.
You understand what they.
Yeah. You're not talented in this which way. Get out of here.
Your dream, just like your dreams. Get out. So Delco Music Co. So are all of your students local?
Pretty much mostly up on like the main line. Down to Springfield, I guess would be like the lowest sort of area that I teach around. She teaches into like Philly even for a couple students.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So you guys go to their house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they don't come in. Okay. So that's even more convenient.
It is. Yeah.
Oh my God, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And the what's the weirdest? I don't even know how to phrase this. The most unique request you've had from parents to like teach their kids.
Make them a prodigy.
Like you always have something.
Anything that they're just like, oh, can you teach my child this? And you're just like, whoa, what?
Oh, the church thing. What, if you want to talk on that.
I mean, I feel like that's a pretty basic one, but it was more of like a surprise. Okay, so basically, I teach these 2 kids, and they're very active in their church. So like got the whole church band, the church musician thing. That's like its own very usually like high level scene when it comes to like performing. The church performers are usually like really good, and So I'm just teaching them basic piano and voice lessons. And then one day the parents like come in basically as like an intervention almost, and they're like, why can't my girls do this? Why can't they just hop into this band and jam with these people who all have perfect pitch? And I'm like, I didn't know that.
I would have thought, I would have been like, bad genetics?
Yeah. Have you tried having an intervention with them?
Yeah.
And like, I was just like, what?
I mean, do you get that a lot? I mean, like, honestly, I think about, like, I coach sports, and, like, there's parents who think kids are...
Why isn't my son in the NFL?
Yeah, like, where's his sneaker deal at? Or why isn't my son playing more? I don't know, because he sucks. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, do you ever have to, like, tell the parents to, like, ratchet it down? Like, you guys got to, like, one step at a time?
I have, but I'm very diplomatic about it, you know.
At least one of us are.
It's been 2 lessons. Why does my child not have a record deal right now?
Actually, that reminds me of this one student that I had. The mom kind of scared me a little bit. I'm sure you guys are
like with mental fear.
Rugrats, yeah.
I'm bringing up Rugrats.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it like Bill Mills' mom?
Angelica's mom.
Oh.
Ooh, like the iron yuppie.
Like just power suit. And
yeah.
Was she like telling her kid she's the best at everything, even though she's not?
No, she's shooing the kid away while on the phone.
Oh.
Like literally.
So she's a real mom. That happens. My mom tells me that all the time.
This girl was 10, and in like the first lesson, she's like, okay, so my mom wanted me to ask you if I'm below average, at average, or above average for my age group. It's okay. You don't have to lie. You can tell me if I'm bad. My mom
she's being raised by a federal survey.
It's like, in my mind, I'm like, are you okay?
Blink twice are being held against your will.
Yeah, she's like, I've had 20 different piano teachers, and I'm also having all these auditions, and blah, blah, and I'm like...
Oh, it must be the piano's fault. Like, how about the opposite? Have you ever had like somebody like, damn, this kid's good, or that person's good? Like they're gonna.
Or like one where you're like, why am I even here? Like this kid has it.
Like this is the easiest job in the world. I already know how to play the piano. Like I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I've had a few of those too.
A couple young prodigies.
Was a what student?
I was a drum set student. I was just like, I have nothing to offer you. You're better than me.
You're like, all right, we're gonna go through basic 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like, oh shit, you're the reincarnation of Neil Peart.
yeah. Actually, I gave him a couple Rush songs on sheet music, and he just played for me like songwriting. I was just like, Jesus, I can't. Like,
I had a friend like that. And he could
was it Miles Teller practicing for Whiplash?
Pretty much. I think he was playing since he was like 3 years old. He was just like Russian kid, and he practiced every single day. He was like 15 when I started with him, so he was like
nothing better to do with his life. Gotcha.
Crazy how good he was.
No, but I had a friend like that. He was in a band, and he was the kind of guy that, like you said, here's the drums. This is how it works, and then he's like blowing you away with it the next day. And he was actually, I think he was. I'm not musically inclined. I think he was either a bassist or he was in a band and they needed a bassist, and he picked it up in a week. Like he learned it in a week, and they hired him for it. Like they said, we need a bassist, and they're like, okay, well, you're gonna have to do it, and they got to learn it. And he just like, all right, okay, this works. I can do this. Like he's just one of those people. Like give him wax paper and a comb, and he'll rock out with you.
Yeah, some people are just nothing.
What's the oldest student either of you ever had?
I teach somebody who is in his mid-50s right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for drums, actually.
Okay. Did they just get into it, or they want to, like, hone in on their skill, or?
Yeah, he got into it about 2.5 years ago, something like that. And funny enough, actually, he's learning a Rush song right now, too.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know what listens to the whole Rush, but, yeah, I've been doing a lot of Led Zeppelin with him and stuff like that, so it's pretty awesome.
Have you ever had, like a middle-aged guy come in and ask to learn an instrument so his buddy's band would let you play it for once? Just asking as a hypothetical.
Yeah, right.
Now, if you want to play, like, we can do it.
Honestly, I don't want to. I just want to go there to drink.
That's why I picked up a guitar.
That's just the front.
It's like all the alcohol in the winter. Well, the alcohol came.
What about you? What's the oldest one you've ever had?
Well, I don't know officially. I don't know if she'll ever tell me how old she is, but if I had to guess, she's probably in her 50s.
50s?
Yeah, and she isn't, like, totally new to piano. Like, she started in high school and then kind of...
She had a minor background then.
So she's, like, coming back to it.
Some people just go, I want to learn. Like, do you get, like, is it just, I don't care, I'm not playing in a band, I'm not, I'm bored, and I want to learn to play a guitar.
Yep, we got a lot of that.
Yeah.
On the main line, parents are just like, yeah, we just want our kid just to play an instrument. It's like,
how about like an adult though? More like, do you see that with any adults? Like, you know what? I want to play guitar, you know.
But that's more guided for mine. Like, they really want to learn. Like, my drum set student, he like every week really puts in like the practice time and everything. But what about you?
Yeah, that for me that's only happened with voice students.
Okay.
Usually.
I would have sing better in the shower. Can you help me with that? Like type deal.
Yeah, like literally, they're just like, I want to sing and I don't know how. Can you help? I'm like, okay.
I had this girlfriend, and she had a strange extended family, and we went to dinner. It was dinner at her grandparents' house, if I remember correctly, and her cousin would sing before and during every meal. So she would start off the song, like some people start with prayers, she would start with a song, usually some classical thing.
I mean, Fellini's does that.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not saying it's weird. It's just, like, I've never been, like, first part you would think, hey, by the way, this happens, because it doesn't happen at every meal. But, like, she gets up and she'll sing, and there's, like, you know, but you can't eat during it or anything. You have to sit there.
Really?
You have to sit there and, like intently watch before you can eat. And being a big fat guy, that was a turn off. I knew that relationship wasn't going to last long. Yeah, but the worst part about it, she sucked. This girl was not good. Like, but Mom thought, like, you could tell she had some minor talent, but like never had any guidance, never had any, like, she went and downloaded the music off, like the words off of, or she had like the YouTube video for the jukebox or the karaoke version of the song or whatever. Like, and it was usually, like I said, classical music, nothing like you wanted to hear or anything, but like, I'm like, you know, it's like, how many times I got caught checking my watch that didn't exist, and like, so some must have. And then they're like, all right, it's time for the mid-meal, whatever they called it, and we had to stop eating again, not happy, and they were like, this girl sucks. Like, how do I tell this girl?
Caesar salad aria. Put your forks down.
Yeah. Well, I'm driving back with the girl. I'm just started dating. I'm like, how do I approach this? How do I approach this? How do I approach this? And I'm sitting there like, so that was different.
One course is too many.
She's like, and the girl goes, I know she sucks, and I hate doing it, and my family's a bunch of weirdos. Sorry. So I'm like, okay, you said it, not me. That's okay with it.
Like, we're on the same page.
Yeah, right.
But she definitely needed music lessons. It was terrible. It was screeching at times, and like,
It's passionate.
yeah, it's passion.
Passion peak.
Yeah.
Your students and their parents, they ever requested that the students learn something that you just don't know, and you had to go home and spend like a week yourself together to teach them?
Yeah.
What's the most annoying one?
Ooh.
Or one that's just completely caught you off guard? You're like,
No
oh,
Stairway to
damn.
Heaven.
That's a hard one.
Probably the random like Christian music I've never heard.
Gotcha.
Actually, I learned Bohemian Rhapsody for a student. That was cool.
On what instrument?
Piano.
On piano.
Yeah.
See, like, that's a cool one where you're just like, this has a payout, where at least I'll know Bohemian Rhapsody.
Exactly.
And I can use this. I can be at like a party and like start.
Is there like the weird thing?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, my little Jeffrey wants to learn like this wild, stupid breakdown of this B-side Exodus song.
Yeah, sometimes, you get some crazy, intense songs. There's been a couple times where I've been like, I'm sorry, I don't think we can do that song. It's like, not in my skill level, so it's definitely not in your skill level.
Gotcha.
Did you ever get any serenaders? Like,
Serenaders?
yeah, well,
I like that phrase.
As an Italian, like, the older portion of the family, like, when you propose to somebody at the party for that, you had to serenade your fiance at this point. Now, it's not something we do anymore.
Romeo and Juliet. Dude.
No, it's a very Italian thing. It's like something that I've seen on my, further sides of the family. That's something that we actually do. But like,
Did you serenade Dawn?
My second cousin did it. Like he went and got lessons and learned. Somebody taught him how to sing some old school Italian song, and he learned how to sing. Like, guy couldn't carry a tune for, but he did okay. Like, it was, thank God he got that, because we would have all made fun of him, and he would have probably chew on glass. But like, do you guys get like? The question
is, has any serenaders reached out for help?
Yeah.
No.
They're good.
Well, with George's music, there was actually this guy who would come in, and I would help him. I would make these karaoke tracks for him, where I would take out the vocals and use like a thing online. But sometimes I just find karaoke tracks online of these old 50s songs. And he's this guy. He's like in his 70s or 80s, and he's like he's from Italy back in the day, and I don't know exactly when he moved here. But he basically, he wanted me to teach him or to give him the background track for these love songs that he could make them and like give them to his family and stuff like that. So it was actually pretty awesome.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, the old guy doing that.
Yeah, it happens with the Italians more than you think. And they can't sing.
Oh, he had the worst voice.
Yeah.
He didn't even know what a note
It's either you can, like, with Italian singing, it's either you can, and you can very well, or you can't, and you can't very bad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's like there's no in between. It's like, yeah, you know, he's not bad. He can carry a tune. He's enjoyable. No, you don't get that.
When it comes to repairs, you said your first one was a nerve-wracking violin repair. What's the oddest instrument you've repaired so far?
Ooh, let's see. Probably between a, what do you call that? The thing where it has like something like 28 strings on it. It's like a little harp board, but I forget what the name. Oh, an auto harp. I'm sorry. Yeah, an auto harp. That one's a weird one just because it takes so long because you have to change every single one of those strings.
And you
I think
know
it's more than that. It was like 50-something strings actually. But yeah, it's just tuning them off the pitch. It's pretty straightforward. It's kind of just like restringing the guitar. You know.
It didn't need actual like work on it.
It didn't. Yeah, I don't think it had any structural damage to it, but I've definitely had a couple weird ones like that too, where like classical guitar, where all the braces were completely like destroyed on the inside, so having to like remount all of that, shave it down the right size, like just a lot of weird.
Because like when you hear George's, and especially because I was like, oh, they used to send this shit down to Florida. Like, you're a full-fledged, like, luthier, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, do you have, like, an accreditation as a luthier, or?
No, I do have, there's actually a guy who helps me out with the very intense repairs,
okay.
And he's from Norwood, but, yeah, so he takes care of, like, I've had a 1950s Gibson.
I know exactly what you're talking about, too. He does great work.
Trev, yeah. You know, so, yeah, he definitely helps me
I've seen him repair a shattered neck on a fucking acoustic guitar, which is, like, almost impossible.
Yeah, actually, a couple times, well, once I know for sure, at George's, a Gibson fell off the wall, and, like, the headstock broke off, and he fixed it for us, and, put it back on for sale.
So even George's outsources their stuff. They don't even send them down.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time now, they send it to this guy in Delaware named Chuck, from George's. So I think he was the main guy, but even that still takes at least a week.
Chuck's is this creepy dude that sits in his house all day waiting for instruments to come by. Yeah.
But at the least like a week or two.
What was his name, dude? What was his name?
Chuck.
Chuck. I have no idea why.
I mean, Chuck's really good, but he spends 12 minutes just sniffing the guitar, which is really weird. Sorry, Chuck, if you're listening, but we're just making fun of you. We're guys. That's what we do. Because I can't do any of this stuff. That's all I can do right now is make jokes about it. Because I can't sing, I can't play an instrument. I couldn't fix an instrument. The only thing I could carry a piano upstairs for. That's about it. That's the closest to carrying a tune I can actually do.
Literally carrying.
Yeah, literally carrying it upstairs.
So December 2020 when you started, or October 20, December 2020. What was your average day like compared to what is your average day like now?
Definitely a lot more free time back then, and yeah, it was oftentimes I wouldn't get a call for like a couple weeks. Like it would be very intermittent for a lot of that stuff just in the beginning. But as the months went by, I definitely been getting more and more calls. Still, sometimes it is weird. I'll occasionally go a few weeks and not get any calls at all. But I did just realize too my voicemail box was full, and I didn't know that. So that was definitely a big.
People leave voicemails, huh?
Yeah. That's the thing too.
I hate voicemails. I'm like, I'll call you. If you don't answer, I'm gonna email you or text you. Like that's what's gonna happen. Like I'm not gonna say the words.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's see. I'm sorry. What was the last thing you said?
It was back in 2020 compared to now. What's your average day or average week look like?
Oh yeah. So now it's definitely a little busier with the lessons and everything. So that's kind of taken the main focus. And then the repairs I still do for sure on the side, but it's kind of it's not like an everyday thing for the repairs. It's just like a couple of weeks.
It's just me when I panic and I just Facebook message you and I go like, "Tell me out of my list, Paul. I need to fix ASAP."
Yeah.
Within the next.
Wait till you get the 3 a.m. message.
Yeah.
Can you fix this? And what are you wearing?
It's an emergency. I'm gonna bring it over there. I need my strap rebuilt from scratch today.
Yeah, I've had a couple of
by May.
Right. But yeah, I don't mind doing rush repairs, things like that. Like if you need something done for a show like that day, like later that day, I can try to get that done as soon as possible for you. So that's something I definitely pride myself on.
I can just vouch. I've never taken a lesson from you, but I'm sure it's spectacular. But your work as a luthier guitar. Anyone wonder what that is? That's a guitar repair.
I'm thinking like the little Greek mythology guys with the
Martin Luther?
No.
My thesis is on the wall.
They the lute. They
Oh, the lute.
They look like
that's where the name came from.
Yeah, they look like Cupid, but they play the little lute the whole time.
Yeah.
That's all. Every time you sound like.
You worked on 2 or possibly 3 of my things, and it was spectacular work, and it was above and beyond what was requested. It's very much like the Seinfeld episode where Putty takes it in the car, and he just like he's like, it's not perfect yet. Like, I need to keep doing this.
Yeah.
But the prices were amazing. The return time was great. It was everything that like Guitar Center won't do. It had customer service.
Good stuff. I'm sorry. I've had problems with the Guitar Center. Not even a musician.
And like you want to go beyond. I just like it needs these 2 things, and you're just like, well, when I was in there, it also needed these other 3 things, and I just did that to make it 100%. It was spectacular. I can't recommend it more. It was Delco Music Co. Greatest website in the world. Very responsive on social media, which is a huge thing around here.
What social media is? Facebook, Instagram?
Yep, Facebook and Instagram, and then our website.
Okay.
We're coming into, it's right after Christmas. I'm sure a lot of parents bought their kids their first instrument this year. Maybe they don't really know where to go. Maybe they don't want to go to George's, Guitar Centers, whatever. Dude, hit them up. Hit up Simone, too.
Yeah. If you're not doing anything, hit up Simone, too. She's here. She'll teach your crappy kid how to sing, all right?
The bios are great. The work is great. The website is spectacular.
I've got actually a lot of the local music venues too. I put on there as like a little tab, so you can just go right on there, see all the different places right in Delco where you can play live music, see live music.
Oh, see, that's really cool, man. Yeah, trying to rebuild the scene.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the thing too. Is back when I was a kid, I like a lot of times I would like call places myself and set up shows and do things like that, and just try to make the scene a little bit better and get more music in Delco.
Ah, dude, 100%, man. Because even like Philly's dying, and if Philly's dying, and there's a need for it. Someone in Delco should step up and do it out here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, the music scene definitely has changed.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some tried and trues, but...
Actually, me and Sim will be playing at the Nail again pretty soon. We
love the Nail. We've been on 10 of their shows, and they've been on like 10 of our shows.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
We were the ones who sold the shirts that said Save the Nail.
Okay.
Keep them out of bankruptcy.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen this.
Yeah, we did that out of the love of our hearts.
Yeah.
It's right to give it to
Big Daddy.
Right when you were starting that stuff. December 2020, January 2021, we were literally working our day jobs remotely, going and printing those shirts, and then going out at 1 in the morning to 4 in the morning, dropping them.
I got screamed out for delivering a shirt that day. Lady thought I was a bear. She might have been right.
Yeah.
No, we love the Nail. I was actually trying out. I was going to stop it. Wait, when are you guys playing there?
Promote the hell out of it. I don't have a specific date right now, but he was saying, let us know when we can play next. So I'll ready this month. Yep.
Chris Basili.
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
So yeah.
He loves when you call him Big Daddy.
Next month.
I'm not gonna touch
I'm not gonna touch that. I was so much like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, literally. Let us know when you guys are going. I mean, I will absolutely.
So do you guys have just the 2 of you? You guys have any more in the band?
Yeah, it's just us two. We're under Noodle Theory is the band name.
Great name. Do you play piano and sing? Do you play guitar and trade off?
Pretty much.
Just sing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of music do we cover?
What kind of?
Yeah.
A lot of pedals?
Well, last time we
Wisdom
did.
stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. She's talking. Yeah.
So the first time we played there, we did more like kind of semi-modern, more like 90s stuff.
Got me a 90s.
Last time we were there, we did the stuff that we did from like this secret backyard birthday bash for a 60th birthday party. So it was like much older stuff.
Yeah.
So we did
The Beach Boys?
We did know Beach Boys.
She should tell them the story about that one band, the Los Capalosos.
She's done telling us
Yeah.
the story, Al.
Well, I'm just telling you, it's part of the deal.
Okay.
Al, where'd you buy that? The audacity to cut her off again.
How dare
me.
Simone, how rude of Al.
Keep going.
So you played
30 lashes.
The surprise 60th birthday party, and it was some older tunes.
Yeah, so mostly like classic rock stuff. Like we did some Paint It Black.
Oh.
Like you did.
It was supposed to be a country set, but we don't really do as much of the country kind of
gave
stuff.
them a few.
We gave them classic rock.
But yeah, mostly.
Sorry, don't kiss my sister, so we're gonna move on to something better and cooler.
Like what?
Hicks!
Do they want, like, Red Solo Cup, or do they want, like, Willie Nelson or something?
More the older stuff, yeah.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Yeah.
That was, oh wait, what was it? We're on a road or something.
On the road again.
Not that one, but that's the album.
Country road.
Oh, Wagon Wheel, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the most country we went. Other than that, we kind of.
It's a safe song.
Yeah. Everybody doesn't like it, but likes it because they think everybody else likes it.
Everyone who knows it. So
Yeah, it's like, I know that song. I don't like it, but I already know this guy who doesn't like it, so I'm going to pretend like I like it, and then everybody has that same mantra, so they just like it.
you guys mostly, is it like exclusively covers? You guys like write your own stuff?
We started writing our own stuff, but
Yeah?
still
We
in
wanna do
process of just getting like
That's pretty
trying to make a
cool.
little album.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, mostly just started out as, what was it, the Lansdowne Farmers Market?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we were.
That's where I get my zucchini.
I grew up directly across the street where that is.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, that's how it all began. Bill, I think, Anne's just like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm doing this thing. Will you do this thing too? And
Yeah,
Bill's
she
like,
ran the
yeah.
music thing for it, or she ran the vendor or something.
That's awesome.
She's like, hey, you guys want to play? Yeah, sure.
Buy a homemade purse, listen to them sing, have a good time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And then somebody came up to us during one of our sets, and that's how we got the backyard bash gig.
Right.
Hey, you guys should come over. I'm going to pay you money. Come over in my house in the backyard. There'll be no witnesses. I mean, other people there. You'll have a great time.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours long, too.
4 hours.
You guys need us for any party gigs or anything like that?
Hey.
They gave us like $200 extra because they were like,
Fucking
oh, please. So that was nice.
They're like, go get some lessons. I know a guy. She'll teach him. He'll teach her. It'll be fine.
4 hours is fucking brutal.
Yeah, it was a long set.
And we learned like all of those songs literally like 5 days before, like 50 songs in like less than a week because we didn't listen to any of the stuff that she asked for.
Yeah, I'm currently doing some things where it's 4 hour sets, and you're just like, you do the math. You're like, we just played 61 songs.
Yep.
So fucking many.
Yeah, you got a little
I don't know if I want to listen to 61 songs in one sitting. Just putting it out there. You know, just put the TV on in the background. I'll be good.
Out as much as you want, but you're just like, good God.
Luckily, people were kind of just
meandering,
in and out. Like we actually were kind of in the room alone for a lot of it.
Hey-o.
So here's a little life hack. If that's ever the thing, and you're just like, oh, some of those people weren't here earlier, just play some of the earlier songs again later.
Yeah, definitely.
Just play the tape deck. Say, play some music through the speakers. You know, that's me singing. I'm in the bathroom. You know,
We legitimately played Psycho Killer 4 times one night in one show.
And not one person picked up on it.
No, yeah, because they weren't there. They weren't there.
I mean, for 4 hours, I think you're safe repeating yourself at least once.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, is that show coming up?
We are actually playing the Wells Fargo Center on January 20th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got booked by the Flyers to play a Flyers pregame thing out there.
Damn, okay.
That's a big deal.
It's a charity thing. Giving back to the youth. I don't know where I'm going with that.
The season started, the
Shut
Flyers
up.
were so bad. They're like, if you can sell us X amount of tickets, you can do whatever you want here. And now they're actually good. And they're like, damn it, I can't believe we booked them. Yeah, we sold a lot of tickets, and it's going to be a very cool opportunity. It's just bragging rights.
I'm going. I got hockey, drinks, and hang out with Holbrook. It's a good time.
That should be a fun day, man. We play from 11:30 to 1 when the puck drops. Then we all have like our own 2-3 sections. Just like, you know, all of our friends and all that stuff.
Is it just before? You don't play after, right?
We don't play after.
Okay.
And then as soon as the game ends at 4, the NFL playoff games start at 4:30.
That's insane. That's awesome.
Yeah. It'll be a fun day, man.
I don't think the Eagles will be in that one.
Now, there is the possibility they're playing, but they're not going to be playing home, which is nice.
Yeah, right.
Because I was like, God forbid, if we start at 11:30 and the Eagles are playing like 4 o'clock game, people will be down there at 7 a.m.
Maybe you'll have people coming in. Did the Flyers do that? They had like green beer or something and like dollar hot dogs or something for. It was one of the playoff games. The Eagles playoffs that the Flyers were playing.
Yeah, when the Flyers are like terrible.
Yeah, like last year or the year before, like the last time they were in the playoffs.
But it's the last show I have planned for a couple, like a month or so.
I'll hold you over for a little bit.
Yeah, because I've just been doing so many.
Oh, okay.
Between like the full band and the acoustic stuff, like it was, you know, we're talking 5 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty busy there.
It is. And which is fine. Like, one show a week or whatever is, like, fine, but, like, sometimes you just want that fucking Saturday off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And that time yourself.
Yeah, and like you were saying, they're 4-hour shows.
Yeah.
I can't play Semi-Charmed Life anymore, man.
Still got it in me anymore.
I can't play Fixed by Meredith Brooks one more fucking time, dude.
Even 2 hours was so hard for me at the farmer's market because, like, Bill was super used to performing. Like, oh, this is my thing. You're going to join me.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that.
That's kind of how to just do it.
And especially,
You're gonna do it. You're gonna like
and
it.
it's the vocals. That's, like, the worst thing. Like, I'm happy in most of my stuff. I don't sing at all, but it's just, like, with guitar, it's just like, yeah, just get through it, man. Or, like, if your fingers get sore, just move it a little bit and you still hit the fret.
Right.
Vocals is like, you have to do that. And during your break, you're not playing guitar. During the break, you're probably talking to people, using your voice again. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I also need to learn how to get better at using a microphone.
Yeah, no, that's an actual art.
Yeah, they proximity.
Yeah, because there was...
Yeah, us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get into it, and my eyes are closed, and I'm like, and I'll, like, hit the microphone, and then I feel stupid. And other times...
We've nodded off during shows as well.
If it makes you feel better, we do an event every year, Delco Day. I lost a tooth at performing on a microphone.
Oh, that makes you feel
Really into it.
Yeah. Someone kicked an inflatable banana right into the mic stand, right into my teeth.
But it's his fault. He encourages that.
And it was like pitch black.
He has people
I
throw
didn't
glow
even
sticks at him during. Oh, you think I'm kidding? This is true.
Yeah.
There's like hundreds of people throwing glow sticks at him and inflatable bananas and beach balls and bubble machines.
Everyone has 40 minutes a year to just beat the living hell out of me.
Because life is done the rest of the time.
I'll let them catch up.
Yeah. Like, people look forward to that part of Delco Day. Like, when's Holbrook going on? I'm going to throw shit at him? That's cool.
Like, you should go out and support the cause.
I'm waiting for people now to start bringing their own stuff.
Yeah.
Like, people, we're not like, check it. Nope, you can't throw rocks, guys. Sorry. Nope. You brought pillows from home? All right, you can go in. Yeah.
Speaking of that, the nail, there's now a things you can't bring to the nail list, and that's because of us.
Oh, really?
And tacos is on that list because of us. We had the band was called Sacco at the time. It's called Sacco de Mayo. We bought 50 tacos from Taco Bell, which is only $47 if you're wondering.
Yeah.
And boy, they
9 more
up in the carpets and on people and
yeah. I don't see how you thought that would be a good idea. Like, ingratiate yourself. There's one time we were throwing glitter. I'm like,
Oh, the glitter! I'm still mad about that because it doesn't come off.
Don't drop his name, by the way.
What, Chris?
Yeah, I'm saying don't drop your name to Chris.
Oh, okay. He's mad about it because it didn't vacuum up, but it looks better.
It looks cool.
It looks great.
You see a picture.
Decorated.
Yeah.
But one thing he was right about, and I feel bad, is Silly String did not know this. Super flammable.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And if you vacuum it, it does light on fire and blow up your vacuum.
Oh my God.
So I do.
Did not know that.
That I didn't know. Now I need Silly String
the hard way.
and I need a vacuum I don't need anymore. That's
not something the normal person Googles until it's too late.
Yeah.
Like, why did
I'll be
so quickly?
That's one of those I'll be damned moments.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's all I got. Anything you guys want to plug besides the TBA show at
The Nail?
The Nail?
I don't know. What do you got going on, Simone?
I mean, nothing.
I should have wrote this down.
I'm just teaching, doing my graphic design stuff on the side, learning how to perform with Bill.
That's
Not
awesome.
just sing in my room.
I guess she said that. I'm learning how to perform with Bill.
Yeah, was that like
I can do it without him, but with Bill, it's a lot more
That's what
difficult.
I meant. I feel like you're reading into it.
I am what they call an instigator. So.
But I think our first shows were with me, right? Like you didn't
Yes,
play
Bill.
before
That's
that.
why I
so,
was freaking out.
Really?
I was like 12 years old.
You'll get the confidence soon.
Yeah.
Like,
You'll
with the
get,
microphone.
I mean, with you guys both being able to teach and fix things, like, is there a time like, no, Bill, it's better to teach them this way. No, Simone, it's better to teach them that way. You guys ever have a little...
Well, like, yeah, I know she always corrects me, so it's more her telling me, actually. You know,
yeah, we'll get
this is
you
the
back,
actual way you should be doing it.
I mean, I don't always, say it. Depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll be like, Bill,
sounds about right.
Other times, when he's done playing, I'll just play it myself how it's supposed to be.
He's like, Simone, look
How
at
it's
this.
supposed to be.
Yeah, I'll walk away and hear it played right and be like, wait a minute.
Oh, so you guys do actually like argue?
She's like my wife.
That's my favorite
Well,
thing.
I just make stuff up half the time just to kind of like get out of here. Just kind of make up my own cool words.
So it's like when my wife tells me to clean something, it comes behind me.
Yeah.
He'll purposely, like, he'll maybe play something out of the original key just to bother me, or like
It sounds better this way.
or he'll like be about to resolve the chord or something, but he won't. He'll just like end on a suspended.
Yeah.
Leave it angsty.
Yeah.
And just leave it there on the
The existential dread.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's all
Resolve the damn chord, Bill. Resolve the like. She's like holding a pillow over your face while you're sleeping. Resolve the chord.
Yeah.
I'm ending a song a half step up from where it should be.
That is awesome. So yeah, we'll be posting all your social medias and all that out there. You are looking for more working students right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. Sometimes we have people on here that are like, I'm already over my head, like you know, just get the name out there.
More than married.
Okay, fucking awesome. Okay, Delco Music Co. is Bill, Simone. They got all your needs, whether it's saxophone, piano, done correctly, or vocals.
Yeah.
Piano done almost as correctly.
Cover all
guitars,
country music.
Drums. Hit them up. They're busy. They're Delco. You know, it's a Delco small business. Trust me, it's anything. It's a million times better than anything Sam Ash Guitar Center is going to promise you. Just hit them up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.